So African folktale lovers gather here. Let's talk about the story of Ikenna and Ada. Ikenna is a handsome young man who has lived his life in the city. His parents are rich, but after they retired from their job, they returned back to the village. Ikenna was already established and he works in the city. He was established early because he's the only son of his parents. During Ikenna's free holiday at work, he decided to come down to the village and visit his old parents. He met Ada that same day after he stepped out from the bus. That was the beginning of their love story. Ikenna stepped off the bus and onto the dusty road, gazing out at the small village of Eke. The thatched roofs and bustling town square seemed to pulse with a warm, golden light as if infused with the vibrant spirit of the setting sun. As Ikenna made his way through the crowd, he accidentally collided with a beautiful, gorgeous young woman named Ada. Her basket of fresh fruits went flying, and Ikenna rushed to help her gather the scattered produce. "I am so sorry," Ikenna exclaimed as he handed Ada a juicy mango. Ada's bright smile lit up her face. "It's okay. I'm just glad nothing got damaged," she said, her eyes sparkling with amusement. As they gathered the fruits, Ikenna and Ada struck up a conversation. They exchanged stories, laughter, and discovered a deep connection. Ikenna learned that Ada was a talented farmer, renowned for her remarkable gardening skills. Ada offered to also show Ikenna around the village, introducing him to the friendly locals and sharing stories about Eke's rich history and culture. As they strolled through the village, Ikenna found himself captivated by Ada's warm kindness and beauty. The next day, Ikenna offered to help Ada with her farm work. Together, they tended to the crops, and Ikenna marveled at Ada's expertise and dedication to her farm. As the sun began to set, Ada invited Ikenna to join her family for dinner. Over a delicious meal of traditional Igbo dishes, ofu onugbo and akpu, Ikenna felt a deep connection to Ada and her family. He knew he had found someone special. But little did Ikenna know their love story would soon be put to test. Ikenna's parents, who has lived in the city all their life, had other plans for their son. They wanted him to marry a woman with a better socio-economic background, not just a rural farmer like Ada. Ikenna was torn between his love for Ada and his loyalty to his parents. He knew that disobeying them would bring shame and disappointment to his family. But he couldn't bear the thought of living without Ada. Ada, on the other hand, sensing Ikenna's turmoil, encouraged him to follow his heart. "We can face whatever challenges that come our way as long as we are together," she said, her eyes shining with determination. Ikenna knew Ada was right. He decided to take a stand and fight for their love. But the journey ahead would be hard and filled with obstacles. and their love would be tested in ways they never imagined. Ikenna knew that he had to confront his parents and tell them about his decision to marry Ada. So he took a deep breath, gathered his courage, and went to talk to them. "Mother, father, I've made up my mind," Ikenna said, his voice firm but respectful. "I want to marry Ada. She is the one I love, and I know we can build a happy life together." Ikenna's parents looked at each other, shocked and disappointed. "Ikenna, you can't be serious," his mother said. "Ada is just a rural farmer. She doesn't have the same background or education as you. What about your future?" Ikenna has expected this reaction, but is still hurt to hear his parents disapprove his marriage. "Mother, father, you are thinking about material things," Ikenna said, "but what about my love and happiness? Ada makes me feel happy and alive," Ikenna said as he sadly left the room. Ikenna's parents did not approve of his intention towards Ada because they never wanted him to marry from a low-class family. Despite Ikenna's parents' refusal, Ikenna and Ada decided to get married in a small intimate ceremony in Eke. They invited only their closest friends and families, and Ada's family was overjoyed to welcome Ikenna into their fold. Ada's mother in particular was thrilled to have Ikenna as her son-in-law. She had always wanted the best for her daughter, and she knew that Ikenna was a kind and loving person who would take good care of her daughter. But not everyone was happy about their union. Ikenna's parents, still displeased with their son's decision, refused to attend the wedding. They also threatened to disown Ikenna and cut him off from the family inheritance. Ikenna was heartbroken, but Ada's love and support gave him the strength to move forward. They got married in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by lush greenery and vibrant flowers. As they exchanged their vows, Ikenna and Ada promised to love and cherish each other no matter what challenges lay ahead. They sealed their promise with a kiss as their friends and family cheered and celebrated around them. The reception was a lively and joyous affair with music, dancing, and plenty of food and drink. Ikenna and Ada were beaming with happiness as they danced their first dance as married couples. But their happiness was short-lived. Ikenna's parents, still boiling with anger and disappointment, began to spread rumors and lies about Ada and her family. They told everyone in the village that Ada was a gold digger, only interested in Ikenna's wealth and status. The rumors spread like wildfire, and soon the whole villagers was talking about Ikenna and Ada's marriage. Some people supported the young couple, while others condemned them, saying they were making a mistake. Ikenna and Ada tried to ignore the rumors and focus on building their life together. But it was hard to shake off the feeling that they were being judged and criticized by everyone around them. One day, Ikenna's parents showed up at their doorstep, demanding to see their son. Ikenna, still hot and angry from their previous confrontation, refused to see them. But Ada, sensing an opportunity to make peace, invited them in. She wondered why they came visiting. But nevertheless, she listened to their concerns and fears. And then she shared their own story of love and struggle. Slowly but surely, Ikenna's parents began to see Ada in a new light. They realized that she was not a gold digger, but a kind and loving, hardworking person who truly cared for their son. After they left, Ikenna's parents apologized for their behavior and asked for forgiveness. Ikenna, seeing the sincerity in their eyes, forgave them and welcomed them back into his life. From that date on, Ikenna and Ada's marriage was blessed with love, support from both families. They knew that their love had conquered all, and they lived happily. As the years passed by, Ikenna and Ada built a happy and fulfilling life together. Ada conceived and gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. And also, along the line, she also gave birth to a girl. Ikenna's parents, who had once been so opposed to their son's marriage, grew to love and accept Ada as their daughter-in-law. They were proud of the strong and loving family that Ikenna and Ada has built, and they were grateful to have Ada as a part of their family. In the end, Ikenna and Ada's love story was one of triumph and joy. They had faced many challenges and obstacles along the way, but their love for each other had kept them strong and united. They knew that love would last a lifetime, and they were grateful for every moment they spent together. Did you love the storyline of Ikenna and Ada?